Hello, brothers. You know, there comes a day when every homo must claim his sovereignty, where he must say, hey, family and the bonds that we have, all the agreements that we have of how we are supposed to be, I'm breaking those. In my own family, there are really incredible things about our family dynamic, and there are very dysfunctional things. And in order for me to really, truly live an authentic life, I had to say, sorry, I'm not agreeing to that anymore. I'm not going to stay quiet about certain things. I'm not going to pretend that the dynamics that are unhealthy are healthy. I'm taking myself out of this equation. When I took myself out of playing the role in the family that I had played and started to deconstruct how my family dynamics had influenced who I saw myself to be and the role that I played within the family, when I started to deconstruct all of that, what started coming to the surface was who I really truly am, the desires that I have. It was when I started working with people around sex and sexuality. I spent many years, as I've talked about, on my own journey of my sexual healing and sexual self-discovery, and had a lot to say, but I wasn't saying it because I didn't feel free enough to do that. And once I broke those bonds, then that's when life started really moving. And that's when the deepest healing actually started to happen, because it wasn't just the surface level stuff. It was like all of the stuff that had been repressed from the family expectations and dynamics that I was intertwined within. So it's important for us at some point, even if it's decades after you've come out, it's important for us, in order to be free and authentically ourselves, to disattach, divorce, unplug, deconstruct our relationships in the family dynamic, the agreements that the family unconsciously has, and how you've played a role in that. When I did this, what started to happen was, at first, of course, there was a rift and I wanted to be separate from family. But then I felt actually more drawn to spend more time with them because I wasn't having to put on a mask. I was just being myself. And the thing that happened was that my relationships with family members became much more authentic and true and intimate. So the act of claiming our sovereignty in our families and doing the healing work for ourselves does change the family dynamic. And often it can for the better. So I hope that this helps give you some context, and maybe it's the message you need to, especially as we move towards this full moon, maybe this is the time where you say no fucking more. And you start to see things clearly, and you start to take yourself out of that unhealthy equation. Lots of love.